Greetings, loyal nation. Today I want to dig into the recent past. The year is 2009, and the band Karnivool has just released their second release, which is entitled Sound Awake. The Australian project wouldn't know that when the album dropped that they would be hyped later on in magazines across the pond here in America as the next great progressive rock outfit. However, does the tag fit this band? Or is it just another overhyped idea? Well, it's actually my job to determine this. Upon listening to Sound Awake, it becomes apparent that these magazines knew exactly what they were talking about. Karnivool crafted a very strong and varied album with Sound Awake. It tapped into influences that could range from alternative to progressive rock, which would list this band amongst other genre pioneers such as Coheed and Cambria, the Mars Volta, among many others. This album leans much more toward the progressive rock side. There are many dynamic sections and layers to each and every track, which is definitely a bright spot, and each composition is meticulously crafted. And why? Because it suits a certain mood. Musically, the variance is once again another highlight. Karnivool can both rock out and rock hard in songs such as Set Fire to the Hive on this particular release, but also slow it down and build a masterpiece with New Day and Umbra. Dead Man and Change both cross the 10-minute border in length and supplant former work as both truly epic and wonderful. The guitar work is crisp and clear, laced with dirt and fuzz when needed, but totally audible when the moment calls for it. The bass ranges from melody building to being a focal point here on this particular record, exhibited once again in the song that I mentioned previously, Umbra, where it layers with the guitars to build a huge atmosphere. But it also does something else. It plots the course of the song, which is something that is exceptionally important, especially in the progressive rock and progressive metal genre. However, if I were to choose the most impressive element of Sound Awake, it would definitely have to be Ian Kenny's vocals. Fantastic lyrics blend with vocal performances that remind us why this is the music that we wish that we could hear on the radio constantly. These performances not only combine passion and expertise, but they also have a hint of availability in them, where even the most musically simplistic listener, someone that doesn't really know that much about what's going on, could have profound appreciation for Ian Kenny's range, something that is spotlit and something that is seen on each and every track on this record. It's not something where it's just a one track that really defines what Ian Kenny is able to do, loyal nation. It's the entire body of work. Whenever you listen to this entire record, it's something that constantly comes to mind. However, finally, the list of contemporaries is endless. You can compare this band to so many others, because listening to this album you hear elements of bands such as King's X, such as OSI, such as Chroma Key, such as Riverside, Tool, Evans Blue, Parabel. There are glimmers of Opeth and Porcupine Tree, and many, many, many more. The list grows each and every time I listen to it, nation. So just think to yourself, whenever you listen to this record, whenever you listen to Sound Awake by Karnivool, who are you going to hear? This is an excellent album, nation. Fantastic craftsmanship with the added variance and glimmer of availability shows that the alternative and progressive rock genre has a real front runner for years to come. Aussie represent! And once again, nation, as always, do not forget to visit the Cover Killer Nation Facebook page, become a fan, or like it, or whatever it is this week that they decided they want to have to do. And stay tuned for the next review. Coming soon. Thanks a lot.